Welcome back to Tiny Table Talk. This time you can see us and hear us. Um, this is the NBA podcast. Well, it's not sponsored by NBA, but
Yeah, it
I
is.
wish it was. I'm here with my two best friends, Tyler and Josh.
Oh my
They
god,
can
hi.
you can now see them on the screen. Isn't that sick?
Hi.
Isn't that dope, guys? Big improvements at Tiny Table Talk.
Yeah,
Tiny
Today
Table
we're gonna
Talk
be
Enterprises.
enterprises. Yeah, we're a business
we're
now.
company now. Mhm.
So today we're going to be talking about kind of playoff picture like we did last time. Um, now that I can share my screen, I thought we would play Podal, which is like Wordle but for NBA players. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Um, what else? Josh wanted to talk about the Heat again because everyone loved that. Everyone.
Get it? They're on fire.
Oh
Wait,
my
shit.
god.
The fans are raving.
Wait. How do I?
Wait, it's down that way
I.
for me.
It's a mere.
There you go.
It's anyway, let's just hop right into it. So, playoff picture, I guess. So, Boston is the 1 seed.
No, they're not.
What?
No, they lost last night, so now they're down to the 4 seed.
I thought they beat the Timberwolves last
Oh
night.
no.
Or they lost like 2 nights ago to somebody, and now they're the 4 seed or something. They might have
What?
reclaimed the 1 seed, but I think they played the Heat, and then they lost, and then they went down to the 4 seed. It's so tight that literally
It's
one
the
loss
third.
put them.
Yeah, they're the 3 seed. Holy crap!
Yeah, because I think Philly
It's so
lost tonight.
tight.
Is Philly 4?
Philly's 4.
Yeah, because they just lost to the Pistons.
Wow. Yeah,
No,
no,
it's so
it
tight.
is a
It's
tight
unbelievable.
race. Even Toronto is kind. Actually, no, I wouldn't say Toronto, but it's like Sixers, Celtics, Bucks.
Toronto will get out of the play-in.
Oh yeah, no, they're the 6th seed right now. They'll
Yeah, they'll
definitely
be
get
fine.
the play-in. But no, the East is so tight. But the Suns, the Grizzlies, and the Mavericks have just clinched the playoffs. The Mavs are the 3 seed.
Yeah, after the Warriors lost to the Suns last night. That was a great game, by the way.
That was a great game. I want to break down the Suns because I saw this video. I don't know who it was by, but how the Suns or how Monty Williams has like perfected their defense because they have a good offense. I mean, Devin Booker can get it done. Chris Paul can get it done. All those players can get the job done. But defense would always be a struggle against, James Harden, Joel. And when they played the Sixers, they were giving Harden so much shit, man. Holy crap. Like, the Sixers play a lot of switch defense, I think. And so on defense and on offense, like all the time, they would just get Ayton on Harden, and Ayton would just kill him. So I think the Suns are definitely, finals ready again.
it just feels different this year. Like, yes, last year they were same roster and they were probably just as good, but everybody kind of took them as a joke.
Yeah.
But this year it feels serious. Like,
No,
they didn't get it last year, and they easily could have. They were up 2-0, and they blew a lead.
Yeah.
So I think this year they're just gonna come into the playoffs with a different hunger than they had last year, and it's scary.
It's scary because
I know
I
they've
think-
proven that they don't really need it, but is Chris Paul going to be back?
Chris Paul's already back.
Yeah, he's been back
He's
for
already
3
back,
games
okay.
now.
Yeah.
Dude, he had 6 assists in the first quarter last night against the Warriors.
Yeah. Dude, the Phoenix Suns are a threat. They are a threat, man. I want to talk about pretenders and actual real-life contenders. First off, I think the Heat will never get
So
a
it's so weird to think about, but the Bucks, the Sixers, the Heat, the Celtics, and the Nets. One of those 5 teams, at least one of those 5 teams, can't make it past the first round.
No.
And I agree with you. I think my pick is the Heat.
And it's It's so
Or the
close because
Celtics.
I do really like this Heat team. I like Jimmy Butler. I like Bam.
On paper, it looks good.
But I think I heard either Charles Barkley or Shaq say, like, it's cool that you're the most hardworking team. Doesn't mean you're a finals team. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you
Their
can get it done in.
problem,
Yeah, go ahead.
their problem is spacing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that Jimmy Butler hasn't shot over 25% from three for the last like 4 seasons. He's shooting like
Yeah.
18% from three this season. And Duncan
Which is-
Robinson's having an off year.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry is by no means a shooter. Tyler
Mm-mm.
Hero's okay. Bam he's not a stretch big by any standard. So spacing is a huge issue for them. They have very few lineups that they can roll out with multiple shooters to give them space for Jimmy Butler to work in the mid range or anybody else. They also don't really have anybody who's good at ISO ball at all. And in the playoffs, you need somebody who can just go get you a bucket. Their
Right.
ISO player is Tyler fucking Hero.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's not
And he's good. He might win Sixth Man of the Year, which is still the dumbest award in all of sports. But if that's your number one ISO player, that's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not hot on the Heat.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to like just name off all these teams and just what's the opinion on pretender or contender. So first off, Heat. So
Are we talking about contender to get to the finals or to win?
To get to I would say to get to the finals / win. Like contender means they can make a run and go pretty far.
Okay.
So Miami Heat, I would say no.
It also doesn't help that they're ice cold right now.
Yeah. Bucks, I would say they are contenders.
Obviously, I think that's an obvious yes.
Celtics, I think they're pretenders. I think they have the capability to be there, but it's kind of a coin flip for me.
I don't know if I want to call them pretenders because I don't think that anybody even thinks that they are like a title. I don't think anybody's ever thought that they can go to the finals and win a title. I'm hesitant to call them or to even put them in that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that was kind of the goal. They started off the year super slow, and now they're kind of getting hot. But I don't think that they're quite there yet.
What do you think, Tyler?
Is it fair to compare them as the same as the Suns last year?
The Celtics?
Because like it seems like they're having they have the same like
that kind of makes
lore
sense
to them. Because if you're trying to think of like I'm in the March Madness mood, so like I think any upset is possible, and I see a 3 seed Boston Celtics that's playing out of their mind, and I'm obviously gonna like pick them to go farther, but then at the same time it's a 7-game series, so that changes a lot of things. So.
The NBA is very good at getting the best team to win with a 7-game series, and also the seeding with an 82-game season.
Yeah. I think the Celtics have the potential to get far. I mean, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have shown that they're not busts, that they can get it done together. I mean, you saw them go from like the 6 seed to the 3 seed. They went on an insane winning streak. You've seen them do this. It's just the fact that when they go up against the second round team, I don't know if they could handle it, or even in a conference final, I don't think they could get far.
I'm also hesitant to call them pretenders because defense wins championships, and while it might not be super obvious to see defense in the NBA because it's so different and everybody's so offensively gifted, they play probably the best defense in the league. I don't think there's another team that plays as good as defense. Maybe the Bucks, but I don't think the Bucks are as deep as the Celtics are.
I think at one point the Miami Heat were really good, a really good defending team. I think that I don't think anyone on the Western Conference could beat them in defense.
Probably not.
So, and then you have the point where it's like they don't really have a big. So the Sixers, I mean, Joel is playing out of his mind.
Yeah, but even if the other team does have a big, it doesn't matter. Joel's going to get what he wants. They lost
Exactly.
tonight, and he still had 37 and 15. It doesn't matter. Joel is going to do whatever. It's the same thing last year with the Bucks Nets series with Kevin Durant. It doesn't matter. Don't try to stop him. You're not going to. He's going to get
Yeah.
50 if he wants. Let him do that. Slow down everybody else.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So it doesn't matter. Even if they did have a big, even if they had the best defensive, if they have Rudy Gobert, I'm still taking Joel offensively over Gobert defensively.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't think the big is their problem. I think the thing with the Celtics is that everybody can guard everybody.
Yeah.
And maybe some of their guards can't quite guard a center, but Tatum can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Brown can guard 1 through 5. Marcus Smart is a huge threat on defense.
Yeah. All right. So what do we think about the Sixers? Because I know when the Harden trade happened, everyone was like, "Oh my god, like that's it." Joel's playing out of his mind. Harden is James Harden. Like what are we? Are we pretenders or are we contenders on this one? Who wants to go first?
I am partial as a Sixers fan as to not ever wanting to trust them ever. So I'm going to say contenders because obviously if you look at that roster on paper and the way they've been playing all season, especially with the future MVP on their team, like Joel Harden, Maxey has become a great third option. It's going to be different as to if he can get it done in the playoffs or not. Thibault coming off the bench is fantastic. Korkmaz is a great shooter. You can go on and on about their roster, but I don't know. For me, it's more a problem with Doc Rivers. I don't trust Doc Rivers because if he couldn't do anything with the Clippers for the past 2 seasons with Kawhi and Paul George, I don't trust him to make the adjustments necessary in a playoff series to do the same, to do anything with the Sixers.
That's a good point. I think
So they'll obviously
it's
get out of the first round, but I
Yeah.
don't trust them to beat the Nets, beat the Bucks, beat even the Celtics. I don't trust them to beat. So
I don't know. I don't know if I can get down with the whole Doc Rivers thing because when I look at the Clippers lineup with Kawhi and Paul George, yeah, they should have done more, but at the same time, like who else did they have? Like Ibaka, Batum, Reggie Jackson, I guess. I don't know. To me, To me, the Clippers were never contending, and like now Doc Rivers is in a better situation. So you really get to see what he'll do in the playoffs. We've seen it before, but you know what I
those
mean.
Clippers teams were good enough to get to the second round and go up 3-1 on the Nuggets, and then they were bad enough with coaching and not making adjustments to just lose that series. They also went out the year before that to another
But
stupid loss to something they should have beat. Maybe they
but
shouldn't have went to the
again,
finals, but they should have gone further than they went.
that's a good point. That's a good point. What do you think, Tyler?
76ers like possibility.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like there's regular season right now, and I'm trying to think of like the actual power that like James Harden holds on the team. And everyone's excited that he's on the team, but I'm looking at their record, and since he's joined, they're 6-6. Like that has to speak some volumes. And if you're trying to have a team that's going to be on fire yet with a good moment going into the playoffs, I don't think going in 6-6. And you're losing to the Pistons like last night. Like it's not like obviously losing to the Bucks and Suns is acceptable. Like you're losing to the Raptors, you're losing to the
Yeah, but
Pistons,
you're
you're
gonna
losing
have
to
to
the
beat those teams
Cavaliers.
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you're
gonna have
gonna
to.
like you're gonna have to play out of your mind to even have a chance. So
Right.
I I feel like momentum is a underweighed value that comes into the playoffs because as a horrible Dallas Cowboys fan, momentum is never in our favor, even though we still think we're the best team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be starting good to end good. It's the
Right.
simplest way
So
of saying it.
last thing I'll say about the Sixers, a big part of making a finals run. Luck plays a huge factor in it. The fact that the Suns even went to the finals last year is a little bit of a miracle, and they can thank the fact that Anthony Davis is made out of glass for that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also with the Bucks going to the finals, if they played a fully healthy Nets team, that's not even a series. So, and if staying healthy is such a big thing, who the fuck is gonna trust the Sixers of all teams with two of the most injury-prone superstars in the entire league on their team as their
That's a good
two
point.
main guys? If Harden
Good
goes
point.
down, they're fucked. If Joel goes down, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They might be able to win a game or two without one of them, but and also the chemistry. I don't think they've had enough time to click yet.
Yeah.
So next season, I think for sure, but not this year.
I think they could be contenders, but again, Tyler brings up a good point. I mean, they're 6-6 with Harden being there, and it's like the chemistry might not be there yet, and they might not perform that well. And I'm okay with that, honestly. Like, there are a lot of expectations for this Eastern Conference, and if Philly falls, I mean, there were other teams that I think were better than them. So,
Right.
yeah. So the next one we have is the Bulls. I'm gonna
Obviously,
be
pretenders.
honest.
It's not even close.
I pretenders. Yeah, no. I think I I like the Bulls. I like their lineup. I think if they weren't riddled, riddled isn't the word. If they weren't crippled with injuries, I feel like they would be different.
I don't think they would.
But losing Lonzo and losing Caruso for most of the year, and like having DeMar basically carry that entire team, it's just not what you want to see, because everyone came into this year saying Bulls, Lakers, Nets, everyone. Those were the three teams, and the Bucks, who were title contending, and Suns, so 5. Those were the 5 teams that were title contending.
Not coming into the season. Everybody before the season said the DeMar DeRozan signing was the worst free agent signing ever.
Dude, I don't see what I saw was a lot of people that liked it. So I don't know what side you were on, but a lot of the people a lot of the articles that I read were like very excited to see that. So and it was good for like the first 10 games.
It was good for the first half of the season.
It really was. And
They were the
then
1 seed for a while.
yeah, and then injuries and everything. It's kind of like the same thing with like the Warriors. Everyone was like, "Holy crap, the Warriors are back." You know what I mean? And then, you know, an entire half of the season goes by, and Steph is out, and Draymond's out, and you're like, "Wow, this team is kind of trash." Not trash, but like they're not contending anymore. But we'll talk about the Western Conference in a second. But I think the Bulls are definitely pretenders. I don't think they'll.
The
I think
Bulls
that
are in
they'll.
trouble.
I don't know
They
if
are
they're in
in
trouble.
huge trouble.
I don't
Next
know
season, they are so beyond fucked because
why.
they'll have to pay Zach LaVine next year, and they're already giving DeMar DeRozan a huge sum of money. And part of their strength was the fact that they were pretty deep.
I think they'll probably get rid of Vucevic.
Thank God.
Honestly, Vucevic hasn't been doing anything for him, and like, I think any Bulls fan would say get rid of Vucevic.
Yeah, but just getting rid of Vooch isn't going to be enough to free up enough for. They're going to have to give Zach LaVine so much money.
You think?
Yes.
I feel like Zach LaVine won't. He'll ask for it, but I feel like he'll stay in Chicago. Honestly,
Money talks.
money does talk.
And if Michael Porter Jr. is good enough to get a supermax, Zach LaVine is very worthy of one.
Let's not even talk about that dude. That dude does not deserve a supermax.
So
We're talking about best player in the league, Michael Porter Jr.
Michael
with
Porter Jr.
going into next year, if they have to cut some of their shooters and if they have to get rid of Vucevic, and then their whole thing is being built around Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, they're kind of screwed because, yes, he's having a wonderful year this year. This is the best he's ever played. There's no way he keeps going.
Yeah,
DeRozan.
that's fair. That's fair.
So DeRozan will for sure regress next year. Zach LaVine will be getting a shitload of money. They'll still have Lonzo and probably a couple other key pieces, but it's going to be rough for them for a while.
Yeah, I can see that. So I'm just going to quickly go through the next few teams. We have Raptors, Cavs, Nets, Hornets, and Hawks. Cavs or Raptors, I think, are pretenders, but I want them to be. I think they will be contenders soon, though.
That's my sleeper team to do what the Hawks did last year. The Raptors, they're playing so well, and Nick Nurse is such a good coach.
Yeah, no.
Nick Nurse is so good.
Yeah.
They might not quite have the superstar talent to get there with Siakam as their, I don't even know if I want to call him their best player, but the consensus best player on the Raptors is Siakam, so I'm not. They could probably make a run to the conference finals, but that's my ceiling for them.
Yeah, that's probably mine. That's probably mine. I really like the Raptors, but compared to like the Nets, I mean, I'm taking the Nets. You know,
Watch the Nets lose in the play-in.
they won't. Are you kidding?
Watch the Nets lose in the play-in.
I'm not even gonna address the Hawks and the Hornets because they're just not there yet.
The East is way too loaded for a team like that to go on a run.
Yeah. So the Cavs. Here's my thing with the Cavs. I don't think they'll go far. I really don't.
Not without Jared Allen.
But yeah, exactly. But they do have a lot of like confidence and heart in the way that like this is their first playoff without LeBron. And like Darius Garland has become the dude in Cleveland, and so has Mobley. And I feel like they'll show up for a couple games, but and it'll show all of us that like Cleveland is next. You know what I mean?
It'll be a tough draw for whoever
gets Cleveland.
Whoever gets Cleveland.
Yeah.
If they can make it out of the play-in. But
if they can make exactly. So I'm rooting for them, but I don't think
for sure pulling for them.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Western Conference. So we have the Suns, contenders. I think we're all in agreement of that.
No explanation needed.
Grizzlies,
as much
as I love the Grizzlies, and as much heart as they have, I don't think they're going far. I think they'll probably get out of the first round, but that's about it.
I could see them going to the conference finals pretty easily.
You think?
Depending on who they get matched up with, yeah.
It's
if they draw the Timberwolves first round, that might be tough. Or whoever comes out of the play, they'll beat whoever comes out of the play-in for sure.
Yeah.
And then if they have to play the Mavericks, who yes are hot, I still trust the Grizzlies to beat the Mavericks.
I don't trust Jason Kidd. I mean, this is his first year coaching the Mavericks, and like he's been a coach before, but
not the great one.
mean, exactly. But yeah, and like I also trust Luka, but at the same time, like, do you trust anybody he's with?
Not really.
Not really.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Eddie Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer
I love saying that, man. I love saying that.
So my dad is like a fake Mavericks fan. Like he doesn't watch all the games, but he lives in Dallas, so he watches the Mavericks. And he was telling me the other day, and he goes, "Yo, there's this dude in the Mavericks who's playing out of his mind." And I go, "Who?" He's like, "Oh, it's this dude like something dinky." And I was like, "Oh no, Dad, that's the best player in the whole league. That's Spencer Dinwiddie."
Oh my God, that's
and every time I hear his name, I just only think of Spencer Dinky.
That's so funny. That's got to be the title of the episode. Spencer Dinky.
Spencer Dinky
going to the conference finals.
Spencer Dinky MVP.
I'll take it.
So we talked about the Mavericks. We don't really trust them. We talked about that just now. We have the Warriors at the 4 seed. What do you think about the Warriors?
You go first.
Okay. If Steph is healthy, if it's a healthy Warriors team, contenders. I feel like that's everyone's consensus. If it is a
Well,
healthy,
yeah, that's
if it's a
everyone's consensus. So make a prediction.
I don't know if Steph will be back.
He'll be back for the playoffs, but do you think he'll be himself?
No. And that's why I think they'll probably get out first or second round.
So you have them as pretenders.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
I think that they are hands down contenders.
Really?
Steph Curry is going to come back and light the league on fire.
That's what he did last time.
He's heard
I
enough
wouldn't
of
be
this
surprised.
shit. He's heard enough of this shit. He hasn't had a good game since when they played the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, and he did this really cool thing where he set the all-time three-point record. He hasn't played well since. So, or at least he hasn't been himself. I think he had like a 47-point game in there or something. But
Just not good enough.
he is going to come back and set the league on fire. That
I
trio
hope so.
has been
No.
to the playoffs and has been to 5 finals together. So I trust them to do anything. And hell, they almost beat the Suns last night with Klay Thompson, who had
He was lighting it up. I saw that. I'm excited to see Klay back.
Bro, bullshit. Klay Thompson was fucking terrible last night.
What? Didn't he have like 8 or 9 threes?
No, Jordan Poole had 38 points.
Oh shit. Maybe that was the game.
Okay, here's my thing with the Golden State Warriors, right? They're experienced, they know what they're doing, but I don't trust stupidity. And I saw
That
a
was in
highlight the other
Washington.
day where you see Jordan Poole with 7 seconds left just shooting it from half court.
No,
Instead of
okay, that
taking
looked
it up at all.
stupid, but that looked stupid, but it was the right thing to do.
Okay, explain how that's the right thing to do. Because it was a one-score game.
They were down by 3 and in the bonus. So if the Suns just fouled him, which Devin Booker faked like he was going to do, they'd have to shoot 2 free throws, give the ball back to the Suns, and the game is over, no matter if he makes both free throws or not. So Devin Booker looked like he was going to foul him, and great play from Devin Booker because he kind of just put his hands up like he was going to and faked it. And then Jordan Poole immediately went into the shooting motion in case they did actually foul him so he could get 3 foul shots. So
Smart.
it was the right play because
All
if
you
he
have
just
to
kept his
do-
head down
Go ahead.
if he just kept his head down and kept dribbling and tried to just split that double team or even go around them, somebody was going to foul him and he was going to shoot 2 free throws. And he was going to make both of them, give the Suns the ball back, and the game's over.
Because the reason I was looking at it weird is because it seemed like, I don't know who it was,
It
but at
looked
the other side of the court,
retarded
there's
in real
someone
time.
wide open. No, because you see someone wide open on the left. I know when you're your eye is on the hoop, that's probably the only thing you're looking at. But if he would have just simply just thrown it anywhere as a pass,
Off-ball foul.
is that
He doesn't have the ball. Yeah.
okay?
Um,
Or just read Devin Booker. It's not that hard to do.
oh yeah.
He literally has book in his name, so you got to be able to read that.
Oh, that's so terrible.
Come on now.
That was a good one.
That's okay. That was good. It was good. So the next one we got is the Nuggets. I think they're pretenders. I don't think they can go that far.
They already came out and said that Jamal Murray is not coming back. He's not close. So definitely not. Jokic can probably get him out of the first round, and maybe even get him to the conference finals. But
I don't think they have the team to get to the conference final.
probably
the way Michael
not.
Porter Jr. has been playing.
Probably not. But the West is very weak.
Yeah, that's a good point. The
Like,
Jazz.
you're matching up
Sucks.
against anyone, but
What?
so someone speak, Josh.
If they get the Suns second round, they're probably fucked. But if they can avoid the Suns in the second round, I think that they have a shot at getting there.
I don't know. They might have a shot if they
far
have
a
a good
good enough
road.
player.
If they have a good road, maybe. I just don't think they have the I don't think they have what it takes.
That's fair.
Jazz, I think it's the same thing. Donovan Mitchell has been really, really good, and Gobert has been decent.
Gobert.
He's been Gobert. He's the same every
Well,
year.
don't they always look good in the season, and then they just like suck?
They
Yeah.
always look good in the regular season, and then their game plan for a 7-game series is the same thing every game, so you can figure out in 7 games how to work around Gobert.
Yeah.
And they don't have many perimeter defenders, and losing Joe Ingles this season kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So this is far from the best Jazz team we've recently seen, and no Jazz team recently has really done anything. So I don't think, they've got anything.
All right.
Love Donovan Mitchell though.
Yeah, I really do like Donovan Mitchell. I think he needs to get out of there so bad. But that's just me. So I'm gonna go through the play-in. So it's the Timberwolves, the Clippers, the Pelicans, and tied for the
Lakers and the
10th seed
Spurs.
is the Lakers and the Spurs.
Lakers need to cut their fucking losses.
Lakers need to win the next few games.
Have you seen their schedule?
No, is it hard?
Bro, look at their schedule. Just pull it up. It's the hardest schedule for their next game. It's the hardest schedule. They're favored to win 1 game of their next however many, or the last.
Pelicans, Nuggets
Yeah, nice.
is their next 2
Phoenix,
games.
Golden State,
Suns,
Oklahoma,
Warriors,
and
Lakers,
Denver.
or Suns, Warriors, Thunder. And then
Thunder
Nuggets.
is the only game in the final stretch of games for this season is the only one they're favored to win.
Really?
And maybe LeBron can will them to a win in a couple of those other games. Maybe they can beat the banged up Warriors. But that schedule is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, but at
And
the same
AD
time,
came
LeBron
back
just
today.
had to. Oh, sorry.
A-
LeBron
AD
left early from the game today.
He left early from the game today?
Yeah, he's got a left ankle problem. He has to get rehab on it. So the dude is 40, so anything is
they
always
gotta
possible.
just sit him. They gotta just understand they're not doing anything this year in the playoffs and just stop.
They just got AD back. So
Who
if
gives a
AD
shit?
if AD plays like AD's supposed to play, they have
When's
a
the
chance.
last time he did that?
Wait, isn't
Dude.
his nickname Data Davis or something like that?
Anthony
Davis.
Davis.
Yeah,
I love that nickname.
and he hasn't played it good at he played really good at the beginning of the season. But and then he
Honestly,
got injured, and then he sucked, and then he got injured again.
I'm
So,
honestly kind of rooting for Popovich here. I'm kind of rooting for the Spurs to get in because I just don't like the Lakers.
I want DeJounte Murray to go all the way to the conference final.
I am only rooting for LeBron on the Lakers, and that's about it.
And that's it. Anyway, those were the playoff pictures. Now I thought it'd be fun to play Podal. Look at this.
LeBron James
Look at that.
It's got to be LeBron.
is LeBron.
Okay. Well, our first guess is
Wait,
LeBron.
How many guesses do we get?
Wait.
We get
Oh my
8
God.
guesses.
Look at this guy. How could it not be him?
Wait, keep that up. Keep that up. How could it not be LeBron?
Oh, wait, is that LeBron on fire right now? Oh my God, he's on fire.
No,
Wait, you're
LeBron's on fire.
Oh my God, 50-point game after 50-point game.
All right,
Okay.
what do we think? Who's our first
Okay,
guess?
so let's do, because of the title of the game, Jakob Pertl.
Okay. For anyone listening, we're playing Podal, which is basically Wordle, but for NBA players. So our first guess is Jakob Podal.
Who the game is named after.
Damn,
I would assume.
we got none of it right.
Okay, so
He's
they're
below
not a
7
center. They're not
not a
7'1".
He's above. They're above 26, and their jersey number is below 25. And they're in the Eastern Conference. Let's try Darius Garland. Okay, he's a guard.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. I think we have to.
6'1". Nice.
And he's between
I think
23 and 20. Wait. Oh, wait. I picked someone younger. I'm so dumb. Who's an older guard in the Eastern Conference?
I think it
Darren
would be
Williams.
a disservice to not put a person on the Heat.
The Heat?
Because isn't
Okay.
like we have it here? We have
Oh
the
my God.
fire.
How old is Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry is Kyle Lowry taller than 6'1"? He's older than 26.
Like, is it
But is he
cheating to
taller than
look
six?
up
But is he
like
taller than 6'1"?
these like
I
facts?
don't know.
Oh shoot.
All right,
What are we
I'm not
thinking?
gonna look up anything. 'Cause I don't want to cheat.
So
Kyle
they're
Lowry.
not also okay. So we know they're not on the Pacers either.
Right.
Who else is in the Central Division? Pacers, Cavs,
Bulls.
Bucks. I think. Bulls
I think Bulls.
Here,
And then
Bucks and
the
Bulls?
Pistons, right?
or is it the
Wait,
Pistons?
wait.
I don't fucking know.
Central. Wait, it's not the Central.
Yeah.
It's not the Central Division. So it's not.
Okay.
Let's just guess Kyle Lowry.
Guess Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry. Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Oh, that
they
was
are on the
really
Heat.
loud.
Tyler, you were right. They're on the Heat. That's funny.
So he's below the number 7,
Oh,
a
so
low
he's younger
guard
than
number on the Heat.
36.
and he's
He's
lower
younger
than
than
36.
36, but he's older than 22.
Who's the lowest number guard on the Heat?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's who it is.
Name the guards on the Heat. Go.
It's not Tyler Hero.
It's not Tyler Hero, yeah.
It's not Duncan Robinson because Duncan Robinson's 55.
Is it Oladipo?
Could be. I think it is.
Yo!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We got it in 4.
Look at
That's
that
pretty good.
dude.
That's pretty good.
Is
He
he
jumps
did
high.
he like just come
He
back
gets
from
hurt a
injury?
lot. Yeah.
He did just come back from injury.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He-
I was listening to what podcast was it? What was it? It was Duncan Robinson's podcast. Have you listened
Oh,
to
he
Duncan
does have
Robinson's podcast?
I've only listened to him when he's on Old Man and the Three with my favorite player of all time, JJ Redick.
JJ Redick. But he was talking about how Oladipo like dunked the shit like over him.
Yeah,
Like
Oladipo
absolutely
gets up.
posterizing him. And at the time he didn't Duncan Robinson didn't realize that he was playing on an injury, and Oladipo had no idea either. So Duncan Robinson was like, "So are you gonna apologize for posterizing me on an injury?" Because Oladipo can jump, man.
No, he gets up. He's
He
a
gets
freak
up there.
athlete.
He really
he won
is.
the dunk contest,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Didn't he do that like Black Panther costume?
Yeah, I don't know if he won it or if he just like got really close, but he was pretty cool.
Mhm. Yeah. What else is going on in the NBA?
Everyone's getting 50 bombs.
I know.
So
DeMar just
I
got
was
one
looking
tonight.
at this. Yeah, I was looking at as of today, there's been 9 of them just in March. It's the most except March of 2019 there were 7, so it's the most 50-point games in a month.
Everybody
And
turned
it's
into Kobe in 06.
Everyone
Well, it's
went.
something to look at.
Everyone decided that
Oh.
they were Kobe in 06.
That's so funny. That's
Okay,
good.
but I've been thinking about it. Like, I feel like if you have your elite players in the league, right? Like your LeBron, your Giannis, your Joel, your Lucas, your Steph. For some reason, your Sadiq Bays. I feel like all these players, they're so elite that if you wanted 50, they could very easily get 50. But isn't the whole point to score with the rest of your team? Obviously, LeBron can have 50 every night, but that means that other people aren't. He's just shooting everything.
That's kind
So I
of what
think
I was
because-
saying. No, you keep going.
Okay, because I think everyone, because they're all getting there's the start of the stretch of 50-point games. Now it almost seems like a competition to see how many points you can get. And then you have the whole points per game leaders. Because I think LeBron's in the lead with that right now, right?
Yeah, LeBron's
'Cause
threatening
LeBron,
to have a
Giannis,
scoring
and
title,
Joel.
which is the only reason he's still playing. Is because if he misses a few more games, he's ineligible for the scoring title. I think.
Because I feel like anyone that has the ability to get 50 can get 50, but I feel like this month is an anomaly because people
It's
aren't
not the
trying
best
to
way to win.
Yeah, like if you look, I don't. I saw the stat on it. It's like the people that scored 50, they were like only like 60% on the win rate. Like obviously they're
Right.
getting a bunch of points, but and then you have your anomalies like Timberwolves whenever
Cat.
Cat got 60, like that helped the team. But then you have like people like Kyrie that got 50 and then 60. Like obviously he's breaking records with the amount of points he can get, but at the same time you're letting just him shoot every single time. So does that really help
That's
you?
that's what I was saying with the whole playoffs thing. Like it's like, and it's exactly what the Bucks did versus the Nets last year, and it's probably what teams are going to do against the Sixers this year. It's like, yes, you can't stop this guy. Let him get 50. If he wants it, he'll go get it. It doesn't matter. You can't stop him. Just stop the rest of their team. It's fine. If he scores 50 and the rest of the team scores 35 combined, you're going to win that game. So it
Right.
So
makes
it kind of
sense.
seems like it's favored for the teams that are deeper in their lineups. Like you have like your
Exactly.
Warriors are coming to my head, even though y'all are bashing on them. But like there's other teams where it's like you have like the Lakers, which won't do well because they have that one good player. The Bucks obviously are going to do well because Giannis just like does everything. But you have like your big like two, but then if everyone else sucks, then you're kind of screwed in the playoffs.
Right. Which is the problem the Jazz have every single year.
So I would love to talk about um um Rookie of the Year. Who do you have for Rookie of the Year, Josh Tyler?
Josh
Bro,
Giddey.
fuck, I have no idea.
I don't care if
Because
Josh Giddey's out for the rest of the season.
because Cade is playing very, very well right now. Like very, very, very well.
Isn't Jalen Green like playing out of his mind though?
Yeah, but he started playing out of his mind like with 4 games left.
That's fair.
It's not going to be Mobley.
I think it's gonna be
Or at
Cade.
least it was going to be Mobley, but the injury issues he's had all year is going to come into account, and he's dealing with one right now. So
I think the fact that
the door is wide open.
Cade started with an injury and improved gradually and like insanely fast is making him the number one for Rookie of the Year. And I feel like that's not a really hot take. I feel like that's a pretty good opinion.
Bro,
Like
he's putting up 18,
his
6, and 6.
his production over the last 2 or 3 months, ever since he got injured, has been amazing.
The only
Like,
problem is that he's on a shit team.
but here's what I'll say. I know that we dog on a lot of really bad organizations, but teams that I think are making a comeback is Detroit and New Orleans.
Anybody who calls the Pistons a bad organization is a fucking idiot.
Pistons are doing something right. Marvin Bagley fits there, man. He does. I think Marvin Bagley and Cade are going to work very, very well together. Hamidou Diallo has shown that he can be a really good role player. Sadiq Bey has
is
shown
nice.
that he can be a secondary role player and still like put down shots. Detroit looks good, even though they weren't the best this year. I'm okay with them not being.
There's a plan there, though.
Exactly.
Like
with New Orleans, I think there's a plan, but I think because Zion has been hurt for so long, they haven't been able to do it. You know what I mean?
Also,
Like-
I think the thing with New Orleans and the difference between, if we're going to compare New Orleans and Detroit is a good organization.
Yeah.
They are usually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They just have had a stretch recently where they haven't been great, and that's fine. But they have 4 championships to their franchise name, and their slumps are few and far between. So I'm never really concerned about the Pistons. But if you look at the Pelicans and the Pistons on paper, the Pelicans have immensely more talent. They do. On their
They do.
roster, they have straight up way more talent. Between Zion, Ingram, McCollum, like even Valanciunas is a very good player. Devontae Graham could have won Most Improved Player. But they're held back because their organization, A, hasn't handled Zion's injury well at all and just isn't good.
Here's what I'll say about that. I feel like it's not really the Pelicans' fault
About what?
about Zion's like health. Like
His health, no, but the way they dealt with it.
maybe the way they dealt with it was bad, but I feel like they've been really trying to get him back on the court. And they're giving him all these surgeries and they're giving him all this like time to just get healthy. You know what I mean? And they got, CJ and they have Valanciunas and Brandon Ingram, and they're playing good without him. So imagine what you get when you put an all-star caliber player on that team. Another all-star caliber player on that team. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. I think if you take Zion's situation and you put him on, the Bucks is the first organization that comes into mind with keeping their guys healthy all the time and just managing players well. If you put him on the Bucks, maybe he plays half of this season just because they say, no, you're not dealing with this stupid shit with a family doctor. That's dumb. We have the best professionals in the world. You're coming here, and that's how it's going to be. We're paying you this much money, so you're going to deal with us. Yes, there's all this player rights shit, but at the same time, they've got to make money somehow, and they're going to make a hell of a lot more money with Zion on the floor versus it not having Zion on the floor.
That's fair.
So other organizations, he'd be back on the floor much quicker.
That's fair.
It's taken way too long.
I mean, it's a fair argument. I just think that the Pelicans are trying very hard to keep Zion there because, I mean,
it's a small market. You got to keep your superstars.
Exactly. So, I mean, they let Anthony Davis go, right? You let Chris Paul go. So I don't mind them trying to like make sure that Zion feels comfortable in New Orleans, and feels, kind of a part of like that New Orleans family, to keep him on the team because he is an all-star player at the end of the day, and you want to keep your all-stars. Like the Cavs would never trade Darius Garland away after this year. They would never trade Jared Allen away after this year, and definitely not even
going to have to get rid of Sexton or Garland at some point, but
they'll probably get rid of Sexton, which sucks because I actually like Sexton. But do you think Sexton's better than Garland?
Yes.
Really?
Bro, he put up like 24 a game.
He also just tore his ACL.
I've never heard of a good player that tore their ACL before.
But it's the thing that's like, Marco Fultz is not the same after getting his ACL torn, and he was.
Yeah, but Marco Fultz never put up 24 a game.
Yeah, but he was still a good player. Derrick Rose had an MVP season, tore his ACL, and he was never the same.
I'm pretty sure Derrick Rose had way more than just an ACL tear.
I'm just saying that you can't guarantee Sexton will play the same as he did this year.
Right.
So
you can't guarantee a guy who plays the same year to year without having any injuries.
Man, fuck you, man.
I like Sexton a lot.
I like Sexton. I just think that that ACL tear might have just not ended his career, because he will get signed with another team and he'll be a starting point guard for like the next.
They did. Yes, I want him to stay, and I still think he's a better player than Garland. I think Garland was just kind of catapulted into this role and just given way more responsibility. I think if Sexton was still there, he doesn't have an all-star caliber season, and maybe Sexton has that all-star caliber season. And maybe that's unfair to say to Garland, but I think Sexton is the better player of the two.
I'm Darius Garland's biggest fan. If Darius Garland has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If Darius Garland has one fan, I'm the one fan. It's me. I like
Definitely not
Sexton.
like a diehard Cleveland fan or anything.
Oh no, I'm a Memphis fan. Ja Morant, baby. But yeah,
John Moran, good
I
player.
I do think that that Sexton is good, but what were we talking? We were talking about rookie of the year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We were talking about how Cade has just catapulted.
I don't
And
want
then
to say catapulted. I just want to say the door is wide open.
Yeah.
If
Who
he
do you
can
guys-
finish the season strong, that's my pick for rookie of the year. I just punched the shit out of my microphone.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the depoy? Because I think we're all in agreement that MVP is Joel Embiid. Like I think everybody is. Everybody is clear on the fact that Joel Embiid has earned his MVP.
Unless he quite literally shits his pants on the court over the course of the last few games they have to play.
Paul Pierce did that once. Just
I
Yeah,
would
okay.
give him the MVP.
Paul Pierce was never an MVP candidate.
yeah, but he's 3-point. He almost he had the 3-point record.
I feel like if anything,
No,
his
that's
stock would
Ray
go
Allen.
up if he shit
Oh,
himself.
Ray Allen, right? Yeah. Same team.
Tyler,
Same
what
team.
the fuck? Tyler, what did you just say?
I feel like his stock would only go up if he shit himself. Like, think about
Think about the publicity.
Think about the
this headline,
branding. Think
right?
about the marketing
Think about this
opportunity
headline.
here.
right? 76er drops 76 pounder and scores 76 in a game. Come on, what a
That'd be
headline
kind of
that would
insane.
be.
That's
The
okay.
the marketing-
See, now you have an argument.
The marketing would be crazy.
We all know money talks, and if you're trying taking MVP to the person that makes the most money, because it's exactly how it works, Joel Embiid would have to win.
All right. Josh, did you have the games that we picked from last week?
I thought we wanted to talk about Depoy.
We can definitely talk about Depoy, Josh.
Oh, Rudy Gobert.
That's the consensus favorite, honestly. It's Draymond Green or Rudy Gobert. I
It's not
think
gonna be
Draymond Green.
It's not gonna be. If he was healthy the whole season, it would be hands down Draymond. But
I
since
lo-
he's come back, they haven't been great. So
I-
I have trouble. I wanted to give it to him at the beginning of the season and pretty much through the season until he got hurt. But I think he's been hurt for too long.
I hate Rudy Gobert. Look, he's a great player. He's a great defensive player. I understand that. I just don't like him. Just don't. It's
I
the same
especially
thing.
think- You
Who
keep
was the
going.
other guy that I hated? Kyrie. I just don't like Kyrie. I know he's a great player. I know he's a fantastic player. I just don't like him.
So with Rudy, I don't. Maybe they'll fucking give it to him this year, which is dumb. But the Jazz haven't had a great year this year, and he's been healthy for almost all of it.
Matisse Thybulle was in running at one point.
Mikal Bridges was in it for a while. I don't think it's
Oh, yeah.
Mikal. I think that it's either Marcus Smart or Joel Embiid.
For Depoy? You think Joel can win Depoy and MVP?
They're not going to give it to him, but he's my pick.
That's fair.
The Sixers are first in every defensive metric with Joel on the floor, which is, except they're fourth in one other one that I forget what it is, but they're first in every defensive metric except for one, which they're still top 5 in, with him on the floor, and that's usually what they fucking go off of to give it to Gobert. They're like, they have the best defensive rating in the league with Gobert on the floor, therefore he's the best. So I think Joel is the Depoy. That's my pick.
I would be down with that.
They're not going to give it to Joel at all. They won't even
No.
think about it. But
No. But
I
I
select
mean,
Marcus Smart.
to me, this year's Joel Embiid kind of had a remnants of the Giannis MVP Depoy year. Joel wasn't as dominant as Giannis.
Joel
gonna say that
wasn't
out
as
loud.
obviously dominant on the defensive end. He's not
Because-
as obvious because Giannis does a lot of flashy shit where he'll just have a block out of fucking nowhere,
Yeah.
and you'll see that and be like, oh, he's got to be this great defender. Okay,
And he
is
gets a lot of steals. Joel gets a
fantastic.
lot of steals.
And also,
So-
he's a great rim protector.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
athletic enough to be in a pick and roll and be able to recover and block a lob or block a layup.
Yep.
So, and I don't think Gobert is like athletic enough. You've seen Gobert on the perimeter. Whenever they have to drag him out of the paint, he's immediately exploited.
Yeah.
Which is the problem they have in the playoffs every year. But with Joel, he can get out there, and then he's athletic enough and smart enough. He's a much smarter player than Gobert is to get back and make a play at the rim and either contest or block without fouling.
Yeah.
So Joel's my pick for Depoy. Or I'd be okay with Marcus Smart. They won't give it to Mikal Bridges because he doesn't really have that name. But he also could very easily win it. But yeah, that's my pick for Depoy, Joel.
Tyler?
Hey, like it. Deep was hard to pick because it's just like there's no like obviously it's like, oh, you're the best defensive like when you're on the court and everything. But like at the end of the day, it's like I feel like there's a lot of like there's too many sleepers where it's like there are people that probably don't get the recognition they deserve. So with that, it's like it's hard to pick.
Every
So, like,
single wing
I guess
defender, you mean?
Like
Anybody who's not a big.
as a Texas Tech fan, we see time and time again as literally. I don't think a single player on the Tech team made like the all defensive team in the Big 12. Not a single Tech player, and we are by far the best defensive team in the entire like pretty much the country. I would almost say.
No, in the
Like
country,
obviously we didn't prove that, but
I think we did.
We held Duke for a while.
With our tournament performance, like obviously we held Duke for a while, but like at
Yeah,
the
we
end of the
held
day,
3 NBA players to 78 points, so I'm okay with that.
and then
Yeah.
we left Notre Dame all the way to the last minute. So at the same time, it's like which one's like the really good defense you want? But we can't talk about Texas Tech. But all I'm trying to say is there are definitely sleepers. There are people that are definitely counted up. There's definitely a celebrity aspect to it. Like whoever
You're right.
seems like the controlling factor that it's hard to pick.
Mm-hmm. Josh, did you have the games that we picked?
I'm getting them.
I think we picked the Mavericks and the Timberwolves for Friday.
Dude, my favorite team, the Mavs.
Who did we pick?
So we had Mavs T-Wolves as our first game. Tyler picked the T-Wolves. You and I picked the Mavs.
The Timberwolves won.
Damn it!
The
They beat
Alpha
the Predators.
Wolves,
I mean the
the
Mavs.
Sigma
The
Wolves won.
The Assaulter, the Mavericks. We're never gonna live that down. That's gonna be a joke for a long time.
No, we're not ever gonna live that down. The Mavs.
They
will
are not
never
ever
live
gonna live that down.
Wait. So who won the who won the Heat game?
We didn't pick any Heat games.
because
Oh,
I
yeah, 'cause
couldn't
Sam was
stand
so
that
pissed
Heat
at
joke.
us.
I couldn't stand it.
Well, I think we should
The
still
next
go
game-
to the Heat games.
God damn it! The next game we picked was the Grizzlies and the Bucks.
Who'd I pick? I picked the Grizzlies, right?
Yeah. I picked the Grizzlies. Tyler picked the Bucks.
127 to 102.
I didn't wear my sweatshirt. So.
Grizzly Nation, where you at?
Oh yeah, that's who it was. Next we picked Suns Sixers.
Who'd
We all picked the Suns.
Yeah, because they're.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we totally, all three of us definitely picked the Suns on that one. No biased Sixer fan here picked the Sixers at all. We picked the Raptors game. I don't know who they played because we all picked the Raptors.
The Celtics, because OG Anunoby and the Raptors won.
Let's go.
I'm literally.
Oh, I remember that one because I just went.
Oh, wait,
You went rawr. Tyler, all Tyler said was rawr, and we were like, Raptors, all right.
And they won. Okay, so Sexual Predators versus the Lake Show.
Sexual Predators.
Did the Mavs win?
The Mavs won.
Let's go. Tyler picked the Lakers.
Did we
Me
pick?
and you picked the Mavs.
Did we pick the Mavs? Oh yeah.
Yes. Duh.
A year from now,
Zach,
I'm gonna have my LeBron statue, and it will be so much cooler than this.
Next,
I'm still picking my Lakers.
We picked the Suns game. Was it the Suns Warriors?
Yeah.
We picked the Suns, all three of us.
Okay.
Even though
I
Jordan
would-
Poole gave it his best.
1, 2.
Oh, then we picked the Nets game tonight, I
3,
think.
4, 5. I'm 5 for 1 so far. Then we picked what?
No, you're 5 for 6. You're 5 and 1. That's different.
I said 5 and 1.
You said 5 for 1.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Now I look dumb.
Then we picked the Nets game, which I think is tonight. It could still be happening.
Oh, it ended already in OT, 120 to 119.
Who won?
The Bucks
Damn, we all
by
picked the Nets.
1.
We all
picked the Nets.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey,
It's because I wasn't wearing the sweatshirt.
5 and 2.
Okay.
Not bad. All right, what we got
Oh, yeah.
for the next week?
I don't
I
fucking
think we
know.
should
You
pick
have to
Thursday's
schedule
games.
one
So I think between the 76ers and the Pistons, I think the Pistons are gonna win. For
That's
tonight.
a really bold pick, Tyler.
Yeah, it's almost like it hasn't already happened. Also, the Cavaliers Hawks, I'm taking the Hawks on that one.
Okay, Sam, what are we picking?
So tomorrow we're gonna pick Grizzlies versus Suns. This game does not matter, but it's the 1 and 2 seed. So I think it'd be a good game.
No, it does matter because the Suns are going for the best road record of all time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies are at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do that one. I'm gonna go Grizzlies. What do you got, Tyler? He's gonna go for the Suns.
I happen to be in agreement with Tyler because I feel like the Suns have more to play for. And
I think the
Josh-
Suns are on fire right now.
God damn it, Tyler.
and Josh.
Can we not
are-
have one? Can we not have one non-pun related game?
I think the Suns
How
are
else am I
gonna.
supposed to be funny?
I think the Suns are gonna poke the bear, if you will. Uh,
Suns are gonna evaporate the competition. Saturday we have. Let's do Heat Bulls. I shouldn't have said it.
I think the Bulls might be seeing red. I
Tyler's going with the Heat.
think they might feel the burn. I think the Heat might have brand the Bulls.
I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Yeah, because you're stupid.
God damn it. Let's go.
Any more fiery games for you to pick?
I'm never picking a Suns or a Heat game. Ever. I'm gonna go with the Sixers and the Cavaliers.
I can't think of a pun.
Yeah, fuck you.
Here, let me do the math on this matchup. If we're looking at the numbers,
No,
here,
actually,
the
we're gonna-
76ers.
According to Vegas betting odds,
We're actually gonna go with the best game of this entire night. Pistons versus Pacers.
I love this game. This is good. We should do one bullshit pick every year.
You know,
I like
the
that. I like
Pacers are usually pretty quick, but I think the Pistons will push them over. I think.
I didn't get that one. I didn't get that
Oh,
one.
it went right over Sam's head.
I did not get that one.
I'll put
Pace.
down my toes.
Pace. I get it now. Shut up, Josh. Shut the fuck up, man.
I'm gonna go with the Pacers.
I'm not gonna go with the Pacers. You know what?
Tyler?
I'm gonna go with Detroit actually.
I'm going with the Pistons to lose
God
because
damn
I
it, Tyler.
really want Chet Holmgren to be
Good.
stuck at the Pistons.
God damn it, Tyler.
Okay, next game.
Next game.
Next game.
Oh, the best game. The Portland Trailblazers. The Portland Trailblazers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I thought we were only doing one bullshit game.
Fine. Bucks Bulls. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Yeah, I thought we said no more bullshit games.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
You beat me by 1 second. You beat me by 1 second.
So Tyler, who do you
Wait.
pick?
Oh, here, give me a second. Give me a second.
I knew this
Here.
Is he getting his? Is he getting his Milwaukee Bucks?
God damn it, it's
That's not-
dirty. God, fuck. Where is it? Oh, it is. Oh,
Where
my
is
God, wait.
she?
Where is she?
Who-
Go
oh
Bucks.
my God, wait. Wait, am I a Milwaukee fan?
Go Bucks.
No, you
See-
are
see,
Milwaukee.
So here. Picture the Bulls are right down here.
That was funny. That was good. I like that a lot.
Come on now.
That's going on a
Oh,
TikTok.
no, earbud.
That's going on a TikTok for sure.
Okay, so we're all picking the Bucks.
Yes. Ooh.
Watch me get it wrong.
Wednesday, Celtics Bulls.
So all these Bulls
I
games.
want to pick the Bulls, but I think the Celtics have the luck.
Actually, no. I'm going Nets Knicks. We're gonna do Nets Knicks because we haven't picked a Nets game in a while. And Kyrie can play, and it's at Madison Square Garden. I'm going with the Nets. Not because I like Kyrie. Not because I like Kyrie.
I hate Kyrie.
I hate Kyrie. No Kyrie. What are y'all going with?
Just
I'm guessing y'all going for the Nets. Josh, are you really about to pick the Knicks?
I think Julius Randle is the up and coming MVP right now.
The GOAT,
Julius Randle?
perhaps.
Look, hey man. if
We're
you're
gonna roll with the
Hey.
Knicks.
Huh?
All I'm saying is that
We're gonna roll
Josh
with the Knicks.
just said
Roll with the orange and
firsthand-
blue, baby?
Josh just said firsthand that he's rooting for Evan Fournier.
Yikes.
I didn't say that.
That
I
looks
don't
bad
make the
on you,
rules
man.
here.
That looks terrible on you.
Okay, Tyler,
make
who do
rules
you
here.
pick?
I'm gonna go with Evan Fournier in the Knicks.
All right. Last game. Lakers Warriors. Warriors. Warriors
Sammy
a
picked the
foe.
Warriors.
Warriors a
Man.
foe.
You're the type of dude to have all 1 seeds in your March Madness Final Four. You fucking bitch.
Fine, I'll pick the fucking Lakers. Damn. Get
No,
off my
don't change it
dick.
because I peer pressured you. God,
Get off my
Oh,
dick,
just make your
man.
own decision, Sam.
somebody,
Get off
somebody's
my
easy.
dick. Get off my dick, man.
I'm gonna
sorry
roll.
that the Lakers are trash.
Yeah, they are, but LeBron. I'm gonna roll with the Lake Show.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'm gonna.
This
need
is what's gonna happen in the game. This is what's gonna happen in the game, right?
I'm gonna need a whole
you see,
lot
like
of luck.
the hoop here. You're the hoop here. Oh my God, are they down 30? Oh my God, LeBron showed up. Oh my God, he's dunking it. Just ammo. That's what's gonna happen in the game.
That was so bad, guys. This is turning so bad.
It's
That's how you
LeBron.
roll with the Lake Show.
Yeah, the Lake Show. I'm rolling with the LeBron show.
Oh my god.
We really
Oh my
like LeBron.
Oh my God, hold on. What if we take his clothes off?
No. All right. So that was the end. That was the end
Put him on.
of.
Lamit.
No, stop.
Come on, put it back on. Put it-
LeBalls.
You're the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst. Congrats. You suck. Congrats. This is my living hell.
Dick is your living hell?
God created you to punish me.
Joke's on you.
Oh, here. I have a good way to end the podcast.
No, Tyler. Do not show your ass.
What? No, it's my toy. Look at this.
Okay.
Look at him go.
Oh my god, dude, no way.
Oh my god, wait. LeBron's dancing.
Dude, no.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're listening, check us out on YouTube, Tiny Table Talk YouTube channel. That's where we'll be posting this. I also have a TikTok now. It's also Tiny Table Talk. So check us out on that. Other than
So
that,
if I wanted to check you out, I would just type in Tiny Table Talk.
yeah. If you wanted to check, if you just wanted to check me out,
Yeah, I want to check you out.
guys, call me a library book because you're about to check me out.
No,
Call me
that's
Devin Booker because I'm reading all over
Let's
it.
go, Tyler. I think it's the same thing.
Fuck you
Come
guys.
on.
All right.
You know,
Thank
that's
you
a
guys for
business
listening.
we call callback.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next Friday. Peace.
Beast.
Peace.